It's my day off, and guess what? It's raining outside. And the new Lidl has been built. They've been building that for like half a year now, so it's done. And then I use this time to do some art. And I'm today drawing for my customer tomorrow, Philip, and he sent me loads of references photos. Let me show you what I got. He printed out some photos, some images, what he wants, where he wants, loads of descriptions. So we have the map and we need to start now. It's been a long time since I've done anything on a paper, but this is going to be one of the rare times that I have to do on a paper. There's designs what I love to do on iPad, and there's the ones I like to do on a paper, and this is the paper one. And these will be the ingredients for our today's recipe. First of all, we got a paper. This is A3. I like to draw big, and it's gonna be on a fire in a lake, so we need to go quite big-ish. I got a pen, just a standard pen, pencil really. And I use this one because I'm lazy to sharpen them, so it always comes out sharp, so it's quite handy. Next off, we got loads of bunch of references he sent me. He wants like a zombie shark, which we're gonna use this as a reference, but we're not gonna copy that. We have a description there, where he wants, what he wants, what's the plan. He has some ideas of how he wants the Poseidon look like. We have fine liners here, all sorts of sizes and all that. And you have probably seen this before, where it's see-through, it's dead easy to find me, blah blah blah. And then we have another Poseidon image, what he wants. So I think we're gonna aim for this one more because I like the positioning of that, but we're gonna flip that other way around, so it'll be that way-ish. Yeah, you can kind of see what I mean. So these are the ingredients for today's recipe, and we're gonna start flying right there and then. Do you have an arm in your house? I do. You probably have seen from my previous video when I was tattooing this arm. My work colleague called him Silicon Dave, so his name is Silicon Dave. And here you can see up close. It's pretty weird how real that is. Pretty cool, man. I won the arm in competition. It was one of those where you can like and share, and then you can win stuff, and I won it. And then it took me about 2 years to get some work on it. At first, yeah, I did some line work on it, and then months ago, I had free time, so I did some line work on it. But that company is called Real Skin, and I would say that is literally the best skin. Like, you can practice, you can work on, you can learn something. It's extremely like human-like, and they have like A4, A3, A, all sorts of sizes. So imagine if there's a moment where you have something in your mind that you want to tattoo, but you're not sure if you can or you cannot do. And before you experiment that on a human being, you get this on that arm or the A3, A4 or different sizes. Then you can like play around, you can get the techniques right, you can get the understandings of different features of tattooing and different aspects before you actually tattoo on a human skin. And when you get there, when you tattoo the human, you kind of know what to do because you've been there before. So it really, really allows people to either practice or show off. Lots of people buy elements from it, and I want to buy the cat. I don't know if they have now, but they had cat before. So I want to buy a cat and literally tattoo like the whole body except the face, like leave like a frame around the face. Who knows, maybe something on the cheek. But I want to like keep that in a shop in few areas. So when people come in, they're like, wow, you got a cat. And that stays in people's minds, and that's a really good advertisement itself. So I highly suggest to go to have a look on that company, because me personally, I'm gonna buy loads of stuff for myself to like keep in a shop. And to be honest, like for that, I kind of made it as a joke. I was gonna say like if I'll make patreon.com, so it's a website where people send money to like artists and dance, support them. So I thought if I can make a Patreon, and if you guys drop like 1 penny, 2 pennies, blah blah blah, and if it adds up into like the price of the animal, I can buy the cat and I can literally tattoo from head to toes, and I can make loads of tutorials, how to line, how to shade, how to pack color, how to blah 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 blah. So literally, if you guys want to see and you want to learn more tattooing aspects, you can literally like send some pennies to Patreon. I'm probably gonna drop in a link before underneath, and then I can tattoo that dog or cat or whoever they're gonna have, and I can give you loads of like insights and loads of small information of tattooing that you will never hear, and that's pretty much the information what tattoo industry keeps a secret, so nobody really knows and nobody really understands, and everybody says like line this and line that, but did you know that you need to like keep certain millimeters like needle out, and what happens when you bring it higher, or what happens when you bring it more in? You know what I mean? There's loads of like stuff like that, so I could make loads of videos, and I could literally create Patreon, and I probably will do. I'll make Patreon, and I gonna give you this opportunity that you just send some pennies, I buy some stuff, and I'm gonna make loads of videos to you guys. Every second Wednesday I have a day off, and I could use that day as today is my Wednesday off, and I can film some videos and yeah, just give you knowledge for free. But that's that. Let's get to this Poseidon. We need to get it done. I have only limited time. So let's get some lining done. So the plan is, he has tattoo in this area. Here, left leg, outer side, calf. Yeah. So we are planning to do the tattoo around here, this area, which means he needs to face to that. So we are planning to make a design where he would be kind of attacking her. He has a siren down here, and the spear would need to go over his knee, and his face sits around that area. So he comes there, and then the spear comes here-ish, or the arm is about there, the spear comes there, and that is where her head sits. You must see in a video before where I tattoo a siren, and that's his leg. And so design goes in here. So we need to design in a way where we don't put heavy detail over the knee. It's good to have it, but not too much line work, because the skin is built in a way where it doesn't really want to hold that much ink in it. So you have to be careful with that. So I'll put more water on it, or some elements what is more flowy, and if anything falls out, cool, but nothing major. All attention is going to come to this area. His arm needs to be there. His hand needs to be there. His fingers here. He's holding the spear. He said he wants some like clouds in here. Then we might do like a lighthouse in this area where it comes straight there and the light comes there. Possibly here in this area we're gonna do that zombie shark what I just explained a few minutes ago. That's for that area, and that's pretty much there. So imagine that's zombie shark. Beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. So before I sketch, I just wanted to explain you what's gonna happen and why I'm drawing in the way I'm drawing, and what happens in my head when I'm planning my tattoos, because these are the questions I was asked before. So here's the answer. I'm planning because of that. So that's that. Task number 1. We need to draw big blocks, big areas where the whole arm's gonna sit, where other arm's gonna be, where the head's gonna be, where what sits. Big blocks, no details, just marking out the areas, how the character is gonna be like. And I think we did the easiest part. If this seemed really hard to you, imagine now we get to the point where we need to finish it, we need to finalize it, we need to make everything make sense. Because I literally just planned them wherever they should sit, wherever they are, blah blah blah. But I didn't really made it really clean, where, how thick, how it bends. Maybe I did a little bit, but not too much. But now this is the moment where it's finalizing, where everything needs to make sense, everything needs to be right angle, it needs to bend, it needs to flow, it literally needs to look like the armor is on him. All the details are flawless, they sit there, they can't fall off randomly. It needs to be perfect, like somebody literally took an image of that man being mad in a storm, in a lightning, took a photo and turned that into line drawing. So it's a real thing, but in lines, so everything needs to make sense as it should do. But I think before we get to that point, I need to make a coffee. I need some energy. How do you drink yours? I have 1 coffee, 2 sugars, and white, standard. I like it, beautiful. And while we're having a little break, I do like this dragon gangster. He's wearing one of my masks. It's a bit bent, but you can see it's my logo. It's pretty cool though. It's protecting my house. He's the evilest person in this house. It's a cool reference photo as well if I need some time. Pretty cool. It was a birthday gift. Loads of people give me loads of stuff what relates to tattoo. Even if I don't like them, they just buy. They like it. And then I'm supposed to like it, so I like it. Sometimes people ask me, why do I draw really busy, crazy, packed with detailed designs? I think because in real life, nothing is simple. Like if you look at my face, so many details you can see already. You can see the beard, you can see in a jacket you get all sorts of wrinkles and that. And if you simplify your tattoos, that's how that they don't look like that in real life. Nothing looks like that in real life. Maybe it's just my view. And then what I do is I make stencils exactly the same. Loads of lines, loads of details. It looks messy. It looks loads of a lot of things going on. But to me, it's easy. It just explains what's there. And then it gets hard because if I make a simple stencil and there's not much going on, what happens is I have to think while I tattoo. I can't just zone out. I can't just fly through. I need to think what's here, what's that, what that needs to be, what angle that is, how dark it needs to be. It goes from, and there's millions of thoughts in my head where in reality I just need to focus on tattoo and just go for it. So every single shadow I'll mark, every single little detail I'll mark. If I don't mark 20 details in the whole tattoo, I'll be looking at a reference photo, I can see there is something. I look at my stencil, it's not there, and I'll be like, wait a minute, where that is, where it needs to say, how big it goes, and I just lost the time. And then compared to the whole day, you lose quite a lot of time thinking about all that crap, where I just make a line around that area where it needs to be marked. And then when I tattoo, I just look there, there's a white bump, so it's kind of circle, cool, yeah, and I just go for it, boom, that easy. And I don't know, some people make easy stencils, I make busy. I like crazy busy stencils, and I like it, it's nice. And when the clients look on them, they're like, ooh, we're gonna have a busy day ahead, and I think they feel impressed more, they have a busy stencil rather than chop 2 seconds done stencil, which they could do themselves in a sense. They could done that at home. By the time they get to you, they just give it to you and you do it. I like busy stencils. See, there must be a moment where you look at this design, you're thinking, damn, how he understands what's going on. And the thing is, I don't. There are some areas where I still haven't got into it myself. There's still areas like this where I haven't really figured out myself what's gonna happen, what we're gonna do. But these are the areas I'm gonna leave the last. First, I'm gonna take few fine liners, so pencil goes aside. We will take these, and I will start in areas where I understand what is going on, what's really easy. I can do all this, all that. I can see what's happening here. I can get the breakdown. The muscles here, I'm not really sure yet, so I'm gonna leave that later. The areas like here and here and here, it's really visible, easy, understandable. Here, I'm gonna start with sails first, probably the fingers, and then the inner section details. They're gonna be the last after I see where the sails finish, what's happening with them, and section by section I go into. So I start with the easy areas and I get into the harder ones afterwards, while the easier ones have done like some mapping to myself, if that makes sense. So we're gonna start from there probably, because that's what I've done the most, I can see the most, and it's the most readable to me right now. That right there is my logo, turned into like spikes, so it's hidden, but it's my logo. Pretty cool, man. So like what I see so far, literally billions of lines, loads of lines, small lines everywhere, loads of details, readability. I still use different line sizes, as I've said before to you guys, is where I got fatter lines outside and then the thinner ones inside. It just clean, it gives that cleanness, the crispness, and it separates the one body part from the next body part, the elements of the elements, and it just becomes readable in a sense. Because when you get busy design and it's like everywhere, you need to make sure it's clean. And same when it goes like on the skin, using different size of needles for different thicknesses is pretty much required. So this is the only time ever I would literally take that little gadget tool, whatever, and delete the pencil lines. I never really delete anything in between. I never make any adjustments, because sometimes I like to see how it did look before. And imagine if you sketch, you delete, and you sketch again, you delete. You can't see kind of what was there before, which is the best way, or is it the best way? The new way you're doing now, is it the best way? You don't know till you have it. So I still have all lines as they were like when I first started sketching. And yeah, so let's get the pencil lines off. And here we are, nice clean lines. I've rubbed all the pencil off, almost all, but pretty much like if this when I'm gonna tattoo, I'm literally gonna cut this on half and run each section in stencil machine, then glue both stencil papers together, creating the same size as it is images. So that's that. And even if there is a little pencil lines here and there, stencil machine is not gonna see that, and that's not an issue. But that is my take on Poseidon, based on his given ideas, based on the placement on the leg, and based on the scenery, what we need to do, where we're going, and what's happening. And so pretty cool, man. I think it's real nice. It'll look way better when it's all shaded, when it's all colored in, and you can see the background. It'll push the character out, and when all this is like shaded behind, and the spear is gonna stand out, and this is gonna be really close to her head, so it's gonna be like really close to the impact. Water, that there's the knee area. I'm thinking, remember when I said I'm not going to do crazy detail on the knee, so I'm hoping the knee is going to be here, that goes on the thigh, that goes on the side of the thigh, this will be the inside leg, but also not too crazy detailed about the knee area, so I kind of kept that here. So that's that. The tools I've used, I'll try to get all down, link in description if you ever wonder like what paper I go for, what these I go for, or anything like that. So it's all gonna be in link in description. I'll put all in, and it's the same book where I did this guy and this one you have seen, and tons of others. So this is like the book of memories and book of loads of projects. But for now, thank you very much guys for watching. I know I didn't really explain a lot in this video about technically what I do, but I'm pretty sure you learned something from this video. And if I can ask, do a thumbs up. It helps the channel, helps the boost out, helps me to reach new people, and I can see there's some movement in this channel and there's people still watching. Thank you very much guys, and see you on the next video. Take care.